I don't wanna leave, but I need to.
Young Khalifa man in the building.
Live from the studio with our official rehearsed intro. That was the first time we ever went for. I'm Jimmy Selesky.
Slide out song. And he definitely did that on his first try. He didn't have to go back and double over and
I just
do it
wasn't.
again.
I feel like I was off beat the first time around.
No, you did. You did it in your first time. You didn't. Because when you edit it, it's not. You're not gonna hear the fuck up.
That's true. That's true. I could have just edited it to begin with. Whatever. I'm Jimmy Selesky.
Merrick Glazer.
Tonight we have the. I guess you're considered the curator of this.
The founder.
The
possibly?
founder.
Maybe.
The founder of, and it's called the Mini Hip Hop Museum.
The In My Lifetime Mini Hip Hop Museum.
In my lifetime.
Inside of the Sand Gallery.
Which I went down to with my girlfriend. Do you remember seeing me there, by the way?
Yeah. You was with her Ricky, right? That's her
Yeah.
name?
I was wearing, Ricky. I was wearing the same exact outfit I was wearing that day because I wear that outfit every day.
Yeah.
So I figured like
That's
he'll
the
definitely
life.
recognize me. But but that's like, is that like where you live too?
No, I'd spend countless nights there, but I'm there like all the time. So
I mean,
sure, fuck it.
But this was, how long has it been there?
The Sand Gallery has been there for 2 years.
And you founded the Sand Gallery?
Yeah, I just had an art gallery at first, and then in August of 2017, I was like a mini hip hop museum, and 5 months later,
Oh, so that was August of 2017. So that's kind of fairly recent.
that's when I had the idea.
And do you guys just consistently? Do you guys host like a different exhibition every once in a while, or is it just like people just kind of circulate through with their art and just
People can do their own solo shows. Before I used to come up with a lot of the ideas, like, all right, I'm gonna do a Wu-Tang art show or whatever. My first one ever was a Beyonce art show, just bring Beyonce inspired art. Then I did Wu-Tang. Well, then I did Tupac. Then I did Wu-Tang.
Did you do Prince ever? Because I saw a lot of Prince shit.
We did a Prince one maybe 2 weeks after he died. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, he was a fucking man.
Yeah.
He was a fucking man. But so you walk in and then you're kind of like what I would consider, that's like the ground floor. It's not what I would consider. That's
floor,
just what it
yeah.
is. It's a ground floor.
There's
I
a
guess.
basement there, which is like a dungeon.
And then and there's 2 stairwells. Wait, there's a dungeon there? I mean,
if you go in it's a basement you can go in that we just use for storage because you can't like stand up in it, but it's as long as the first floor.
damn, I didn't even get to
Wow.
see it, dude. You guys have two different top floors. There's 2 different
Yeah.
stairwells.
So you go upstairs and then you go in the front room and there's a second floor. You go in the back room, there's a second floor.
But like
Wow.
what I would consider the main floor, which is where like the music was playing from, I
Uh-huh.
just consider that was the main room. That's like all full of like, was that your collector stuff?
My creative director, he did a lot of that cartoon art that you saw back in the corner.
Okay.
Yeah, like a lot of the
What was his name again?
kid.
Kid, yeah, Kid.
So like a lot
I
of
met
the nude cartoon shit.
Yeah.
Nude cartoon shit.
It's like
So,
he looked
like-
like
Hell
it
yeah.
basically looked like he was the guy who makes those like weird porn pop-up ads.
The hentai.
Hell yeah.
Like he
Yeah,
was the
that's
guy that makes
I probably beat off
those-
their shit before.
Shout out, Kid.
We got a porno on Apps room. That's you saw all adult stuff on
Yeah,
the third
yeah.
floor. Yeah, so yeah.
Oh.
But that had like CD covers from like way back in the day, and like you guys had a picture of Foxy Brown, who I didn't know
You
her
didn't know the name of her. I remember that. I remember that.
I was like, Moesha.
You says that Moesha.
Yeah, I was like, damn. I really blew that one. I couldn't even ask you to come on the podcast after that. I was like, I'll just go home, I'll sleep on it, and I'll message him tomorrow. I blew it. Hopefully he doesn't remember that. But like, no, it's fucking crazy, dude. And then I don't know. It was just I'm not like I'm not a visual artist myself. In fact, I actually really fucking suck at it. But my girlfriend is amazing at it.
Yep.
And like
She has 3 or 4 pictures down there. Come see it. 823 is Baltimore Street, door A
Oh,
and
yeah.
B.
You got the
Yeah, we got that.
Absol? Hell yeah.
A print of that.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's right there. Hell yeah. And then she made the it was like one with like a it was like one with like
Mario,
two.
Tupac.
Yeah.
Her friends.
I was trying to tell her to leave that Utah Street one there, that one right up there.
Oh yeah.
I thought people would fuck with that, and she was like, nah, but like it's a hip hop gallery and this, that, the other thing. But I was like, I feel like that's like Baltimore, and I just feel like it could like, people would feel it.
Yeah, she could probably bring it back and put it in their front room on the first floor.
True, but like, so when you have a gallery, it's just like, I have no clue. So like, you founded it, and then what does the curator do? Are you also the curator?
Yeah, like most of the ideas for events and shit I come up with, or Kid, the creative director, comes up with. So it didn't start as the Sound Gallery. I've been here for 2 years. I started with 4 business partners. Now it's just me. The first name was the Incredible Little Art Gallery. Got rid of one business partner, then we switched it to Give and Take, and then the Sound Gallery. Sell art, not drugs, and that's where we at now.
Oh, and is that in Sandtown, I guess, or?
Nope, not far, but it's right by the harbor.
Oh,
It's not
okay,
far,
dope.
Yeah, like by Port Discovery and Shots Out.
Oh, sick, nice.
So like, people just, cause I guess if you own something like that, is it kind of the equivalent of like if you owned like a venue in like music? Like, do artists just contact you and like, hey, can I host a show in like this room or that room, or like
all the time? Yep.
And is that how? So like, this is an actual business then?
Yeah, I mean, well, it is what it is. I'm just out here. I quit my job. It'll be 2 years in May or some shit.
Where were you working?
I worked. My last job was at Mercedes Benz.
Oh, sick.
I had like hella jobs, like 30 jobs. But yeah. And
You were just you were a car salesman?
I was a porter transporting cars.
I feel like when you're working in that industry, you're making good money.
It's
Maybe. It
trash.
depends on what you do.
Yeah, and I figured I was like, shit, I can go make less or more just on my own time, just doing what I want. It wasn't a guarantee, but.
Where does the income come from? There's a lot of words that sounded the same in a row. Where does
for
that?
like most galleries, it's like you host the art, and if people buy it, you get a
Yeah,
commission
well-
off of it or something. Or
Okay.
A lot of the art doesn't, like, people don't buy art like that. So,
That's what I
Yeah.
was thinking.
yeah, it's like, it's not something that people need. So, like, me quitting my job to do that was like, what?
Do
Like,
you
what the fuck?
charge people at the door? Because I
To
don't
just
remember.
come in? No. Nope. We, so the money maker down there is our events. We do game nights. We do the biggest thing that brings in the most money is sipping paints. So people come, learn how to paint with an instructor. They can do that for their birthday. They can just come do it randomly, whatever. But we do sipping paints. We do puffing paints. Stripping paint. We did stripping paint at a strip club. We did
What?
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
a bunch of shit.
But
So
these
that's what
are-
makes the money.
These are events that aren't are they held in the actual museum itself, or are they you
Yep.
go to different venues?
We
and do it?
travel and we'll travel, but they are held at the same.
I was about to say, because you said you did one at a strip club. I was like, what is a strip and paint exactly? How does that work?
They can come. It's just a sip and paint at a strip club. So,
So
know,
you're
there's a
sipping.
You just
stripper.
paint the
and
You
stripper,
can
I
paint the
guess,
stripper, or you can paint it on the canvas, whatever. Like it's.
Oh, I thought maybe she.
Oh, you can
painted it.
paint on the stripper?
Yeah, if you want.
What? That's
We
dope.
did that
It's a
in-
strip and paint, bro. Come
We did it on
Of course you
Baltimore
got paint
Street,
on the stripper.
and we did it in Atlanta one time.
Oh shit! I just assumed you like use them as the model. But that's
Both,
fucking,
both,
yeah,
both.
that's insane.
Wow. It's like, can you stop moving, man? Like,
Yeah, I'm trying to paint your tits.
So like the last one, he had it sketched out on the canvas already, so people can kind of just paint it, and I drew it. And
Okay.
yeah,
Where are you? Are you originally like from Baltimore?
yep. Born and raised West Baltimore.
Where'd you go to high school?
I graduated from Milford.
Oh shit, you went to Milford?
Yeah.
What year?
I graduated 05.
05.
Yeah.
Okay. We went to Towson. We both graduated 2010.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe we might know somebody because we've had other people from Milford.
Yeah,
on
I've
here.
had.
That's a good school, dude. I like Milford. They're really fucking good at sports. They almost won they fucking went to the state championships for football this year.
Really?
Yeah, but they lost to Linganore, some fucking team in Frederick
I was
County.
about to say what the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Why are
Yeah,
you losing to
some farm
Linganore?
boys.
dude? Damn.
Practice tackling trailers and shit. So with the kind of the start of the hip hop museum, what is like what's like something in this year that's like a goal that you want to accomplish?
I know that we want maybe Swiss Beats and Timbaland to come do like a beat battle there, or
A
we
beat battle? Is
yeah.
that where they just both make a beat and see whose is
Like,
better?
Yeah, like make beats and see play beats and see who's better. Shit, we just want more like hip hop celebrities to come through, celebrities period, like whatever. Just, but I want to open up more like hip hop museums period.
Yeah.
Because there's no hip. There was like when I had the idea, I was like, there's no hip hop museum, so why not do this?
The only thing I've seen, at least like myself, at the have you been to the new like
Smithsonian?
Yeah, the new
You
Smithsonian.
been there? I haven't been yet, but they got a section.
Yeah, they have 3 exhibits. One of them will take you like 6 hours to walk through because it's like from the 1400s all the way up till now, and then like the one on like the very top floor is like pretty much African American entertainment history. So it has like a bunch of comedian shit. They got like Richard Pryor and Red Fox, and then they also have kind of like the start of hip hop and like kind of like the DJs up in New York, then up to like Run DMC and shit. But yeah, pretty interesting and not like huge focus in the museum, but at least to something. You know.
Yep. So and that's pretty much what everybody says. Like it's just that. Like,
yeah.
Well,
that's
what is it that so like is your goal for the museum, or are you an artist yourself?
Nope, I don't draw or paint. I
What?
just had the idea to
Yo.
open art gallery because I stopped rapping 5 years ago and started managing artists
Why'd you stop?
because I don't like talking or being in the spotlight or being the center of attention. So I was rapping since I was 12, but I've been on the radio, all that shit. Like I've done a lot, but I just didn't feel it anymore. There wasn't like, I didn't.
Because you had mentioned, I overheard you talking to someone else, and you had mentioned that originally there used to be like a studio in the back of that gallery.
Yeah, we had one in the back and one up in the front with it on the third floor.
I feel like that's like, I mean, how did you just have to come to a conscious decision like, I'm just going to stop, or did you just kind of just slowly, just gradually just not do it anymore?
I've just stopped. And the funny thing is, like right when I decided to stop, I ran into a guy who I haven't seen in a while, but we had started rapping together in our first rap group in like middle school. And I hadn't seen him in like 4 years or something. And we ran into each other at the mall right when I decided to stop and right when he was deciding to get back into it. So I started managing him. And right away, like I got him opening for like bigger artists like Tinashe and.
So do you currently manage artists?
Yep. Manage artists, visual and recording artists.
What goes into managing a visual artist? You just have to find them.
Yeah, just helping them because like they just got to focus on creating, so they can't focus on the business like selling and getting their shit out there. So that was pretty much the idea for the gallery. Like an artist, I don't feel like a serious artist can't really run a gallery because they got to focus on painting and shit. So
True.
yeah.
That's why I thought, so like is anything, that's why I figured maybe the like all the Source magazines and everything that were on the walls, is that yours?
Some of them were mine. A lot of mine were thrown away or whatever or lost, but a lot of people donated that stuff. A lot of people donated them CDs.
That magazine still comes out though, right?
Yep.
Because I feel like, I guess like that, I heard somebody a little bit older than me talking about, and they were like, this was like where you went, this was like before World Star and shit like that. So I wonder if like that kind of media still even gets any.
Not really. And like just like cassettes did and CDs are dying. So.
Somebody asked me this, I was playing out in Western Maryland tonight, like Mount Airy, not like Western Maryland, but just like far enough west that it's not just regular Maryland. And this woman came up, and it was like this old, like super old couple, and they were like, do you have any cassettes we could have? And I was like, damn. I was like, and then I was like, no, but I have business card with my YouTube and stuff. And they were like, oh, we don't have the internet. And I was like, oh shit. I gotta get the fuck back to Towson. Don't you guys have a Dunkin' Donuts or something? You can mooch off their Wi-Fi? Jesus.
You don't have any more CD copies of Sophomores?
I do, but like it's just like, I don't know. I made one for my boss a long time who called me again. He calls me like once a month, dude. He fucking loves me.
The guy that fired you.
Yeah, the guy that fired me.
Still loves you though.
Loves you, dude. Calls you like once a month and just talks about music and shit like that.
It's fucking sick. I don't know. I don't think I've ever been that like tight with my bosses until like now. But like,
well, yeah, Joey's cool.
yeah, but I wasn't fucking hitting up Chad, the fucking assistant or the general manager at the movie theater. I was like, yeah, Chad, come chill. He was nice. He was a good guy, but you know,
He was a cool guy. I never met him. Sounds cool. Sounds like a total Chad to me.
huge Chad, dude.
But like, okay, so like the stuff that's at the museum right now, was this weekend a special event, or is that always like you guys pretty much generally have a hip hop centered content in there, right?
Yeah. Well, this was the grand introduction of the hip hop museum. So like that was our first time opening to the public. So that was like,
Wait, that was, dude, I didn't know that.
yeah, I had the idea in August, and that was our weekend like grand opening. But I didn't want to call it a grand opening because I don't own the building. I'm renting the building, and like my landlord wants to sell a building. So right now we're like kind of in limbo, trying to figure it out. So I didn't want to call it a grand opening because we might be relocating or whatever. But that was the first time the public had seen it for the most part. Yeah.
It was, I've never,
Never seen nothing like it.
I can only say that because I just don't go to those types of things in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can appreciate visual art. Like I can tell when someone's good or when someone's bad. But like I guess like you said, you don't draw or paint or anything like that. Like can you? Like or you just
a
don't?
little bit, and I used to like when I was younger. Like I used to draw.
But like so like obviously, I guess.
You have like an affinity for it, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
like what you can appreciate, and
like you've invested into this museum project. So like, I guess it's safe to say that you're kind of pursuing visual arts more so than music at this point.
Yeah, like it's no real money in music anymore.
I never thought about that, but yeah,
it's hard. I mean, it's not like it's big money in visual art. It can be, but you know, like people don't value music like that anymore because you can get it.
That's true.
You know,
was the because on Facebook it says Millie Culture Vulture Cohen. Was that your rap name or is that just?
No, I just changed that. Yesterday, someone called me a culture vulture. A lot of people
As an insult?
Yeah, a lot of people don't. There's a lot of people who don't like me or just hate me because they're not as successful at what I'm doing. But I always like put crazy names on Facebook. So before that, it was Millie, leave me alone. But yeah, I changed it to Culture Vulture like 2 days ago. So yeah,
Someone why?
doesn't
What
it
was?
take like 2 years to be able to change it again, or no?
it's 60 days or something like
Oh,
that.
shit.
60 to 90 days, some shit. But yeah,
What was the accusation? Like, what was their?
it's just people who don't like me or maybe old business partners. Somebody went live on Facebook. They had a 20-minute discussion about me, and he was my associate of mine said that, yeah, I went to the mini hip hop museum grand introduction weekend. She was on live with him, and then she was like, yeah, but he was like, oh, you went there. So people were telling me not to go down there, or that they're not going, or they don't mess with it. So he was like, yeah, they're saying he's a culture vulture.
I don't even know what that means.
It's
Like I
like-
know what it means, but I don't see how it
It
applies
doesn't
to
apply.
you.
People are just dumb as shit. So it's just like, what? So
Yeah, you're not like taking people's art
Yeah.
and saying it's your own. You're
right. So when
helping
people
put people's
like
art
try
out.
to like, and like I'm not emotional. I don't get in. And you can't offend me. So like whenever people throw shit at me, I just take it as a joke, and that makes them mad. Like, cause you can't.
Well, yeah, that was definitely the best way to play it.
Yeah, you
you
can't-
fucking made that your fuck. That's
you can't-
actually now
I'm
that
gonna
I
start
know.
selling shirts that say culture vulture.
That's fucking dope. Well, what kind of makes me mad about it is like what you're doing is a really good thing. Like you're providing an outlet for these artists and whatever downtown to like, you know, put their art on display. Like
Yeah.
you're providing that outlet. It's hard for me to imagine that somebody can look at that and come up with something like negative like that.
Yeah, people
Why?
people say we steal their ideas and all this stuff. It's just like what,
Like how?
you know,
Like
exactly, like there's no original idea under the sun. Like nothing that you thought of, like somebody else haven't thought of.
did
most
someone
likely.
have the idea of making a museum like that?
Yeah, right. No.
Yeah, or else it would have been done.
Yeah, or else,
there-
like,
there's
yeah.
a big one coming. They're building one in New York that's supposed to be done in a few
Ah.
years, like 2022 or some shit. But yeah, this is a completely original idea. That's why I did it, and people are like ecstatic about it because it doesn't exist. Like,
So, I feel like Eric may have asked this question about like your goals, and then for some reason I remember we started talking about the Smithsonian. But when you mentioned the Smithsonian, I don't know if it was you or him that said it,
I
but
was
like,
talking about that.
okay, but like, is that something like? Would that be the next step for you guys to have like something that official, or are you
Probably
more?
not that big. I mean, that's gonna cost a lot of money, but
Yeah.
that's pretty much what like the one in New York that they're doing, like a official hip hop museum.
But that's unaffiliated with
Yeah,
you.
No, it's gonna have like a hotel on top. It's some big
Wow.
gentrification type shit. I don't know.
Won't be hip hop anymore.
But yeah, we're supposed to open up one in Atlanta this year. That fell through, but I still.
What's your
wouldn't-
connection to Atlanta?
I got family out there. My son was born out in Georgia in Lithonia. But yeah, I got family out there, and I've been out there like 5 times last year. But yeah, my cousin has a recording studio, Loud House Studios out there. Future goes there, Young Thug.
Oh.
et
Really?
cetera. Yeah. So like, I mean,
What's his name?
my cousin's name is Julian.
Julian.
He's got like a whole operation. Like he doesn't, to the point where he doesn't even need to be at the studio. Like it's just runs itself.
Is he like a producer, or he's just like a curator?
He used to rap, and now he's just like one of the founders of the studio.
Fuck yeah. Atlanta's popping right now.
Yeah.
I've known a couple people
I love Atlanta. Like I want
that
to
just
move
moved
out
down
there.
recently.
I
Yeah.
want to move out there.
So is that thing like? Can you go in there anytime, any day at this point?
At the museum, you can. We operate on like an appointment only during the week, and on the weekends it's pretty much come at 2. We might be open or whatever, but on the weekends we got all our events, so we'll be open till 1, 2 in the morning. Sometimes we got game nights, sipping paints, whatever, but most likely a game night. Uno, spades, Jenga.
I feel like I would like to do a sip and paint. I feel like they've been like, it's kind of like more of like a girl thing to do, sip and paint, because I always associate with like.
No. I mean,
So I could do
they're
it?
popular for girls to do.
Yeah.
It. They love them. But
Yeah, it's definitely
These guys
popular
do.
for like moms and
Yeah.
offices.
Yeah.
But that's like they go to the ones in the county.
Yeah, but you can just come down like ours. It's not your typical shit. So you come, say you want to paint butt naked, whatever. You
Strip
just
and paint.
tell the artist what you want to paint, like, and you can do that.
And who teaches that?
Mostly it's Kid, the creative director. Other than that,
He has no problem with drawing.
we got
naked.
other artists on the team. But
Actually, this is the only thing I can teach you.
Yeah.
I hope you like naked
Yeah.
people.
so
Pull up
mostly,
Kim Possible on the monitor.
We're just
mostly
gonna-
it's him.
How often do those happen?
When we do it, I mean, a lot of people hit us up and say, "Hey, I want to do one." Like we got like 3 people ready to put their deposits down and make it happen. But we do one. We do at least 3 to 4, maybe 5 a month. We try to do as many as we can. But we got a puff and paint coming up this Sunday.
Is that just smoking and painting?
Yeah, puff and paint. You can bring your bottle to drink too, but yeah, puff and paint. That's like really popular, especially like out DC. So like they have videos that's gone viral. People tag me in them because they're like, "No, Millie was doing that first." But, I don't know, but yeah, like the puff and paint is really big. Like it's in DC, and we've been doing it even before like those were popping.
So who are your other 4? You said you have 3 other partners or 4 other partners?
I
No, it's
started.
just him now.
Yeah, I started with 4. Like when I first had the idea, I started with it was 4 of us, and one was let go first, and then the other 2 would let go, because What? But
I know you said only 3 name changes earlier, so now that makes sense.
yeah, so we had
Change it every
and
time you let somebody go.
You've actually been there, so you like that back part, like where the point on apps room and then the floor underneath that. That's all I had at first. I didn't have that front room and then the first floor. I started out with just one room, and when I got the building, I just got it for office space to have meetings. I didn't plan on making an art gallery. Like I just had that back space. I had one room, and that was it.
You said an office space to have meetings?
Office space, meetings, and for the artists that I managed to have creative space. And one of the artists that I was managing had his art on the wall, and I was like, "Oh, this could be an art gallery."
Who were the other people I met? There was a woman there. I forgot her name.
Who you met that night?
Start with an M, I want to say.
M.
Might have not started with an M.
Yeah, you still thinking about Moesha.
Got a poster of this girl.
Fucking Moesha. Moesha wasn't there, but
Is that maybe a 2018 goal? Get Moesha there?
get Brandy there. Ray J's her brother, so
There was so I met Kid,
Mhm.
and there was like 2. There was the big white dude. What was his name?
Mike. Yep, he's
And-
one of the visual artists.
And so like these are all people that just also have their art there. They're not because like I was under the assumption that they were the business partners you were referring to.
Now I've recently made like Mike and Kid, my business partners. Like I couldn't keep the whole building. Like if I can't like control all of it myself. Like I need somebody like, all right, y'all two are mostly on the first floor. Y'all two are mostly on the first floor. So can y'all help pitch in and let me put y'all on a lease and let's figure this out. Like, cause I was like, I told the landlord like, hey, I probably can't fucking keep this first floor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, so she was like, well, if you don't keep it, I'm going to try to sell it quicker. So then I told them like, hey, let's, you know, get this shit together.
Damn. And what happens? So like, let's say hypothetically, the landlord pulls the plug on it, decides to sell it. What would be your move?
There's a building down the street that I looked at. I don't really like it that much, but shit, I don't know. Like we're looking, but right now we're gonna start a Kickstarter to like raise money to keep it and shit like that. But
that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, like I'm cool with relocating.
How much would it cost to? I'm just curious. How much would it cost to buy something like that?
The asking price for us where we're at is $175. So, which isn't bad for right there. Like from what
is that considered a good location? It's like right downtown.
Right
it's
downtown.
like
it's good.
Yeah, and it's probably good for
probably
renting.
the best because I like.
It's like, is it by
I don't
like
want to
the
be by like
courthouse
the
and
harbor.
stuff,
Yeah, it's like
or-
around the corner.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's? Have you been to Sidebar down there?
I heard of it.
Yeah, they run like a dope Monday comedy show.
Yeah. We're like 2 blocks up from police headquarters.
Oh, okay, sick. Yeah, I know where that is. Yeah, it's a good spot. That's pretty good.
You know, prime location.
It actually is, and it's got good parking too. Like I just pulled up, and it was like the fact that I could just park and be like, holy shit.
And we got parking lot in the back. You know.
That's where I park, dude. That
It
lot in the
worked
back. I like habitually, because I always smoke cigs on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I was like about to light one, but dude, I like got way too drunk last night alone. I don't know why. I was just like in my house, and like Ricky's on vacation with her sister.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like in my house, and I was like, I don't know, like what to do. I'm not used to being alone.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I don't know, I guess I'll just fucking drink. I was hungover as fuck, and I don't know if that's because I'm older now, like that hangover is worse, or if I actually just drank that fucking much last night.
How much did you drink?
A good amount, dude. I had at least like 6 martinis. I make martinis like doubles.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you were probably just hungover normally.
Yeah, I was like, please. I smoked 2 cigs. I think the cigs is what does it. I think when you get drunk as fuck, and you smoke cigs at all?
Nope. Asthma.
True. But like I literally I woke up today and I was like, dude, I can't imagine smoking a cig today. Then I was like, but then what am I gonna do on the podcast?
You don't have to, dude.
I don't know, dude. I feel like I
Save
want
your
to.
life. Save your life.
I'm gonna give it a whirl anyway. I also thought I wasn't gonna drink today, because you wake up and you're like, oh my god, why did I do that? But then
it's just a way to cure the hangover.
and I didn't drink throughout my entire gig either.
Whoa,
Which
which
is
is big for you, dude.
Yeah, and 2 groups of people came in because they said they saw me last time and they wanted to come back and see me again. And it was extra dope because they told me that right in front of the fucking manager. And it was just like, I was like, did you get that? Did you catch that?
Yeah.
Where was that?
So when's my next show?
Well, no, this is the place that books me one. They were like, we would just want to have you back the last Thursday every month. I was like, cool. I think I'm the only guy they book now.
Nice. What's that spot called in Mount Airy?
It's called the Green Turtle.
Oh, hole in the wall, a real dive bar.
Most corporate fucking place ever. I was just talking to everybody about other green turtles I've been to, because that's like the only conversation starter I could think of. I'm like sitting there with people, they're like trying to talk to me. I'm like, yeah, dude, there's a green turtle where I live too.
There's one in Towson. Maybe
start
one in Hunt
naming
Valley
town.
still. You've been to the one in Ocean City. It's real nice.
Dude, my girlfriend is in Ocean City right now.
Why? It's cold.
That's what I was saying. I was like, why would you go there now? But she's send me Snapchats of like her walking on the beach and shit. And I'm like, why? This is so dumb to me. I asked her if the ocean was frozen, like seriously, and then I realized how fucking stupid that question
It did
was.
freeze like recently, didn't it?
Dude, I don't think so. It's salt water. You know how
I saw a video of the ocean frozen.
that was
the
probably
other
in
week,
like the
dude.
middle of the fucking Atlantic, dude.
No, it was next to a beach. So I don't know.
Probably Arctic. I don't know.
Could
She
be.
saw some fucking. They did like girl shit on vacations, which is cool. But like when I say girl shit, what I really mean is just like they did like stuff other than wake up, go to the beach.
Get drunk.
Yeah. they went out to Assateague and like saw all the wild horses. And they just like
Yeah.
walk up to your car and like start fucking around.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, there's no way that's safe. These are wild horses. They could fuck you up, dude.
They have campgrounds in Assateague, and like all around the campgrounds along the beach, because that's where like the horses come by, is like an electric fence. And like I was camping there one time with my cousins, and we were like fucking around with the fence. We're like, oh, it's not doing anything. We touch it. We're like, oh, nothing. Touch it. Oh, nothing. And I'm like, oh, I guess it's not gonna do anything. I put my hand on it, and it takes like a second to hit.
Speed of light, dude. 1 second.
Nah, dude. It was like, I think it's because it's like supposed to be for horses. So like if they get on there long enough, it'll like zap them. And that's what happened to me too.
You waiting for it to happen.
I wonder if that's the case because I always used to try to touch an electric fence when I was a kid too. Which is that like a normal thing to do? I don't know.
I guess.
There's no way
I
it's
don't know.
safe. There's
It's
no
definitely
way
not
it's
safe.
Like
You like definitely felt the pulse through your body, and you're like, whoa, and you back off. I did it a couple times, not gonna lie.
I just can't believe like why. First of all, why specifically there? How come there's not wild horses? Like how come there's not any wild horses in Lutherville? Like would they have just killed them?
I don't know, dude. That's a good question. That's like I don't know. Is that like that's right where the boats landed, and that's right where you get your horse or something? I don't know.
Did we bring horses to America?
No, they're already here.
Were they? Were horses
Yeah.
already here?
I'm assuming.
Because somebody
Weren't
was
like
saying.
the Native Americans riding
Never.
horses.
That's a good question.
I feel like I remember someone telling me or reading somewhere that the Native Americans only started riding horses after we brought the horses here. It's
Maybe
we
like
all-
the Spaniards brought them here. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
Dude, I feel like I've seen a lot of
Because like
images of
the
Native
Americas have
Americans on
donkeys.
horses.
The Americas have llamas. If you go to South America, you have like a whole bunch of creatures that look similar, but I don't know about a horse. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I'm no
Mainly, it doesn't
scientist.
matter. But it's a totally insignificant conversation.
Yeah. What do you got coming up with the Hip Hop Museum?
We got a game night. We're gonna do an open house tomorrow. This probably won't be out for you guys listening
Yeah,
tomorrow.
this will probably be
but,
out
you
like.
know.
What's an open
Sunday,
house? People just
Monday.
bring their
Open
art
house.
through and
People, because some people may have missed the grand introduction, so you can come, just get a look and ask questions, whatever. We're gonna do that like twice every month and have like allow us to reintroduce ourselves thing and just try to do like grand introduction shit every month, just to relive that weekend. Because as you see, it's not a big space, so a lot of people can't fit at one time. Like when we had the cypher on Saturday, it was
the
packed.
cipher.
Yeah, so like a freestyle cypher, people in there.
Oh
rapping
shit!
and
Really?
shit. Yeah, so like people can't fit. Like the room was packed, and then there was a bunch of line of people on the steps just listening. Couldn't see anything, but it was.
Who did you? Was it
Couldn't
just
even
like anybody could enter type of thing, or was it like actual?
We picked an
Baltimore rapping?
event, so like 2 of the artists under our umbrella, and then a bunch of random rappers from around the city, maybe like 8 to 10 other ones.
What's your umbrella? What's your music?
So the overall umbrella is the Incredible Creation, and that's what all this stuff falls under. The Sand Gallery, the Mini Hip Hop Museum, everything falls under the Incredible Creation. When I had that idea, it was just like, if you heard the Rock Nation, I got the idea from Jay-Z, but before that, I had another brand musically when I was rapping. But so the Incredible Creation, I was like, I want to have this big music umbrella where I work with rock and R&B and hip-hop rap, just not a rap thing. And then it branched off into visual arts and podcasts and all this other shit. I executive produced a couple podcasts,
Oh, really?
all that shit. So yeah, I did.
Which
a bunch of
podcast?
shit. Is one called Lust Life. We just started the one for the Hip Hop Museum called In My Lifetime, and then yesterday we created one called Yo Petty.
Petty.
Yeah, and we came with the idea after the Culture Vulture shit, so we went and talked about that and just started one, and we put it out today. We recorded it last night, people
And
already love it.
What's the difference between these individual podcasts?
Lust Life is basically, that's kids podcast, and Suki, and they talk about mostly sex and shit.
Yo, Kid must love sex, dude.
Yeah.
He must be a big fan.
If you had him on here, like, there's a whole like underworld shit, and like he's a fucking pimp or something. Like, listen,
Yeah, we gotta get
listen,
him on.
he's the man. But yeah, that one's
trying to
about
fuck
sex.
me right now, dude?
And then Yo Petty is just random, like comedic, random dumb shit that we started yesterday. And the In My Lifetime is about hip hop, basically.
And these are all. And are you on these? Or you just executively produce?
I'm
them?
on the Yo Petty one a little bit. I was pretty much, if you listen to it, I'm moderating kind of, but I'm on that one. That was my idea. And the other ones I'm behind the scenes, like, hey, you know.
But so Incredible Nation,
Incredible Creation. Mm-hmm.
So the art you manage or you own and founded the art museum, but are you the like one of the initial founders of the entire movement?
Yep, all the shit that I came up with in my head, and just everything falls under that. Like, kind of like, I don't know, Pepsi has other shit under it. Coca-Cola has other shit under it. So yeah,
that's a really good idea. Have you thrown any like concerts with like the musicians you manage?
We've done like little shows. I don't know if you've been to Orion Studios, but it's like,
Yeah.
Yo,
They just closed down, right?
no,
did they? No, dude.
Mike sold it. Oh, if you know the owner,
Mike Potter.
Potter.
Yeah. Yo, my first like what I called the sophomores EP. It was just all acoustic stuff, pretty much. I recorded it down there, and like it's like such a strange area. It's like in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's like a wasteland, and you go back there. And Mike, dude, this guy fucking worked on like the Hubble Space Telescope. Like he was like a fucking. He worked for NASA, and then he just like I would sit in there and I would talk to him, and he would like explain like the physics of like the sound waves and like what all the effects do them, and I was like fucking blown away,
Mike
dude.
is the man. He recorded a lot of my stuff when I was rapping, and if you go there might be still a poster of the first podcast that I started on the door. But yeah, we done a show over. You seen the rehearsal room with the stage and everything?
Yes.
Yeah, so we've done shows there.
Is that guy? Remember there was like the crazy caretaker guy who used to walk. You remember
older
that
guy with the beard? And
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah. He would just walk around and just like yell at
I don't
people.
think the skinny guy.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think- He's not there anymore. I forgot what happened to him. Mike told me, but
All right.
well, you know, Mike sold it. Mike sold Orion to, I don't know if you know Joe and a couple other
Oh, I thought he
people.
didn't. Because didn't you say he
Yeah.
didn't he just sell it?
Yeah, he sold it.
I thought it closed.
Yeah, he thought it closed, but he sold it. But so he's still around, like I guess helping them a little bit. But he's not the main. He just comes in to help them if they need it. But they were actually around when he was there, but he just sold it to them. I thought it was some just random people he sold it to, but it's people who've been around there.
How did you know he sold it?
I didn't.
He
know
thought
that.
it just shut down.
You got it all wrong. You gotta listen.
I'm trying. I was like trying so hard to follow that, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I
I
was-
don't understand.
That was really cool with Mike. Yeah.
But he's not the main guy who like does the recording in there
He's
anymore.
He's done with because he wants to go do his space shit. Like,
Did you when you were rapping? Did you produce your own beats and stuff?
nope. I've never learned how to make beats. Never really wanted to. It was too tedious and shit. But
Yeah,
for me, I don't got the time. But I work with hella producers.
that's the hardest fucking part of doing that shit.
Yeah,
Is like trying to make the instrumental.
and we'll be doing music production workshops at the Mini Hip Hop Museum if you want to learn.
Damn,
Nice.
that's actually. I had no idea that you guys did all that stuff.
Yeah, we actually had one that Sunday, a music production workshop.
Nice. Who you got coming in for that?
We had that. I mean, I know two producers, and we got producers on our team. So we for Sunday we had two producers come in, playing their beats and talking about production and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. And what's all like the social media for everything you do?
At the Incredible Creation, at the Sand Gallery, at Mini Hip Hop Museum, at me, at Millie Vanderwood,
At Millie what?
Vanderwood.
That's on Twitter.
No, on Twitter it's Too Many Rappers _ and minihiphopmuseum.com. Google me, whatever. Google everything, and that shit'll pop up.
And so you guys have the open house tomorrow. You said
Open house, yep, tomorrow.
And what's the next one? This
January
is probably gonna be out
26th.
on Sunday. So what's like
Yep.
the big?
So y'all missed it. Y'all missed the open house, guys.
Blew it.
But,
You fucking blew it.
But we're gonna do another like weekend type thing in the end of February, the last weekend in February. We're gonna do something that Friday and Saturday, and just a bunch of shit coming up. Every weekend we got events planned. So
Cool.
yeah,
Alright, scope it
Fridays,
out.
game nights, all that.
And what's like the main page again? Like is there like a central medium where you guys share all the events and everything coming up
Yeah,
like that?
On the Incredible Creation, I don't use that one as much as I should, but if you're looking for Mini Hip Hop Museum stuff, just at Mini Hip Hop Museum, all that shit is there plus more, and then at the Sand Gallery for all of the stuff. I try to keep it, like art stuff on there and then hip hop stuff over there.
Oh yeah.
Hip hop.
Millie the Culture Vulture.
All
Thanks
right.
for coming through.
Yeah, man. You have anything coming up, Eric?
Tomorrow.
You missed
I'm
it.
at the Motor House on a good show. But yeah, you'll miss that. Other than that, check out the Baltimore Comedy Festival. We're gonna try to get some info out there soon. Pop out the new logo, fresh out the oven.
That's right. That should be coming up soon.
Jimmy.
Fuck. Damn. The only plug I had, I just realized, is also tomorrow. But
High Tops.
High Tops.
Anyone can play the cajon.
Literally, at this point, I just need somebody to show up with me.
I know you'll miss this, but in the future, I need a cajon player. Or
Please.
else I'm gonna lose this High Tops.
Exactly. Please hit me up. LFTS podcast on everything. Twitter, email, even at gmail.com. I don't know why you need to know
Instagram.
that. Instagram, Facebook.
Laughable. Check that shit out. It's
Definitely
a dope
check it out.
podcasting app on iTunes. Coming soon to Android. We keep saying that. I don't know if it actually is.
It's still coming. It's on the
But
way.
Ned's dope. Support that guy. Support that app. Rate us. Subscribe.
Please do. Give us a rating. It'd
See
be
you
cool.
next week.
All right. Till next week.
I'm throwing signs, it's looking like I gang bang. I'm on the team, it's looking like I gang bang. I'm rolling up, my niggas roll the same thing. I'm smoking weed, my bitch, she smoke the same thing. Yeah, I'm throwing signs, it's looking like I gang bang. I'm on the team, it's looking like I gang bang.
Yeah, that's right, nigga. Probably got your bitch in a trance. I do it. Niggas got me laughing, man. That shit funny, man. Damn, that shit funny. Damn, my nigga Wiz got this shit. Oh, what?